What's going on, sports fans? Christian Pedersen, Mary York, Noah Laxina. Welcome to the finals. This is the first time we've done this, and so I can say that we've reached our first finish line, and they didn't give us any medals. I wanted medals, they didn't give us any, but what they gave us was a chance to cover a lot of great athletes and see a little bit of history and see some very close races and just so much goodness. So what we've got going on is waiting, kind of stalling time a little bit for that voice to stop, but also just where do you guys want to start this? Do you want to do chronologically how the events have happened?
Hit the highlight.
Okay, so I think I know what the highlight is, but we'll start with each one of you. Hit me with what you think the biggest thing from today is so far.
I think today you saw a mixture of the top athletes coming to perform and, not being shy at the stage.
Hit me with one hot take, Noah. Hit me with one hot take.
Don't take mine.
What's your okay? I gotta go with Miss Shahid from Madison. She came to play a freshman on the biggest stage of them all, going against the top runner in the county, Lisa Hickey, who still performed great. But Miss Shahid came to play. She knew what she had to do, and she got the job done.
So Asia Shahid, a freshman from Madison, wins the girls 100 meter. Mary, you want to comment a little bit on why you also think that's the big note on the day?
Oh yeah. So we've interviewed Alyssa and Aisa. Aisa is just a tough athlete, and Alyssa was like top of the rankings all season long, like that. She had it. She was the only one under 12 a couple weeks ago, and then Aisa comes in. Her final time was 11.84, and Alyssa was 11.91. So like that, so crazy. Oh. And she's a freshman, and Alyssa's actually a junior, which means these two ladies are going to be back again next year, killing it, and I am already excited.
Well, beyond that, we saw Keenan Christian continue his dominance. He won the boys 100. So, guys and girls from Madison, I think to me that's my big ish, is that right now the same school is dominant in both sprints. We still have the 200 to go, so there could be continued dominance. The guys and girls from Madison could just take it a clean sweep, basically. Let's talk for me about Columbia Page and Olympian girls. They win the 400. They win the 4x100. So they are having a massive day, and we talked to them earlier this season. Poway pole vaulting is currently leading. On the guys' side, Rancho Bernardo pole vaulting tied the county record that had been set at a finals. So, I mean, tons and tons of interesting. We saw Valley Center won the 110 hurdles. Mm-hmm. Tyler Sycom from Southwest El Centro won the D2 of the 110 hurdles. And let's just say this, for everyone, run the tape back to the football podcasts when we were talking about, Southwest El Centro, they're so good because this Tyler Sycom kid, and everyone was like all confused about how is he so good. And I kept saying, he's a hurdler. Well, this kind of backs it up a little bit, that it makes sense that the best running backs are out here putting up the best numbers. Any other events? You guys are kind of scrolling furiously. We're trying to, this is all still happening, so we're still trying to cycle through all that. But
I want to give a big shout out to Jalen Jackson, continuing his dominance. He talked to him earlier, said he had a little injury that he had to deal with. He said he'll be fine for state, but just to have the poise, to be calm with that injury, knowing he knows what he still needs to do to get the job done. Jalen Jackson, he's a true professional at the amateur level, you could say.
Any other events?
Shout out to West Hills is killing it in shot put right now. They might not be taking the top spots, but there's a lot of girls from West Hills, and I think they're a really good throwing school in general. So a little love to East County there. Honestly, the stuff that I'm most excited about, the results have not come in yet. It's a lot of these field events, and they're like here at the end. They take so long to get through, and they're fun to watch, but it does take a while to figure out who wins.
McKenna Brown from LCC, we talked to her earlier this year. She won the 1600.
And LCC came in second too.
So and LCC, 1 and 2 for LCC on the top two there. We've seen Josh Farmer all over podiums all day long. Crawford, Coach.
It's the second call to go.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach? We have 2 from the A and 2.
Extremely excited. Just had Nadir Ali qualify for state. First time in over 20 years as a Crawford athlete. So
that are eager, ready to run.
I believe that is a draw drop the mic, walk away type moment.
You're running in the
So
A
Abdi Ali, congratulations for a little
Please check in
Crawford
with
Colt
Coach.
action going on at the next level. And yeah, keep it tuned, SD Prep Insider, for all of the continued results, because there's still more events going on. There's still there's still field stuff getting tallied up. I mean, guys, we could stand up here for hours and literally just go through every single result, but I think it's safe to say that the big takeaway today is, holy heck, freshmen are coming in big. Madison potentially could shift themselves into being the sprint program to
They're
beat.
elite of the elite. And when
But
it comes
the program to beat now officially, with this kind of a year. Just any final takeaway notes that you want to say, just from what you saw here, from what you've seen all season? Prep us for state a little bit. I'll give you guys the floor.
Okay, one, I want to say, even though Lisa Hickey didn't get the win today, I feel like she's going to bounce back major in state. Another thing, too, we talk about how Madison's now the team to beat. But we got to shout out St. Augustine for getting the job done today in the 4x1.
Yo, that's right.
Beating Madison,
Yo,
so
that's
that
what's
speaks
up.
to those sprinters, their program, and that relay team as a whole to get their handoffs right and beat the team to beat, which was Madison, and the team that we were talking about all season. So shout out to Saints for getting that done.
That's true. Big one to Saints. Mary?
Yeah, I mean, from the gushy, emotional, oh, it's the end perspective, we talked about all season long how the athletes are developing, how, strategically how they're trying to aim for today and get their best performances out today. And the rocky road that's been for a lot of them, overcoming injuries. We've got a lot of late bloomers. And it's just been amazing to see over the course of the season how everyone has progressed and where they are now. And those of them who are going towards state, the opportunities there. It's just, we've got another big showdown coming up, and that's exciting too.
So we got state, we got all sorts of history being made today. I think it's safe to say that we still deserve those medals for making it to the finish line of this season. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you, sports fans, for making this all possible and watching. We'll let you know what's going on the rest of the day. Like I said, you can follow our Instagram feed for all the winners. Noah's been doing great work there with the results as they cross the finish line. Mary's taking some great photos. We've got all sorts of that stuff coming up. Twitter. Next week, we will be updating the state finals. We'll keep you guys all plugged into how that's going, so that we can all collectively as a city kind of support the athletes the next week. And then, it's graduation time. And does it feel weird being 1 year removed from all this? Does that even feel real yet?
Getting some flashbacks, but I mean,
getting some flashbacks.
I'm excited for the class of 18 to get on with the rest of their lives, and I feel like, I hope nothing but the best for them.
Deal. And then as Noah's only 1 year, I'm almost at my 10-year reunion and everything in between. I've had a fun year, guys. I think we put this on hold until next season. Everyone coming back next year?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sports fans, thank you very much for watching and supporting the track athletes and coaches and everyone. Thank you for putting in a great year. We'll see you next season, sports fans.
Okay.